Welcome back to Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M40 M43, the Tier 8 American SPG. It's located on the west spawn of Airfield and it's under the command of Major MTP Cat 6. Now you can see this lovely skin created by Jazzy, says Big Shot on it, and it's actually designed and a recreation of a very real M43 that she found in some of the picture catalogues. Showing these Arty. It's a faithful reproduction. It looks very nice indeed. Okay, game started. Now the M43, because this is one of them, it's got an 8-inch howitzer, and well, it's based on the hull, a lengthened hull of an M4. And only one of these served during the Second World War. One was rushed into Europe to try it out, see if it was any good. Most of the time, of course, it will be alongside M12s and other artillery pieces. But the 8-inch howitzer, it's capable of 1050 alpha and will penetrate up to 52 millimeters. And, well, for some reason, Major MTP keeps stopping every now and then. And I'm not sure why he keeps doing it. He's not stopping to shoot. I think he's stopping to say send messages, or maybe he's talking with somebody at the moment. Well, it's not a very long reload. If I remember correctly, it's something in the region of about 35 seconds. But it has got a big impact on the enemy. And Major MTP is moving right to the very north, as far as he can, to the northwest corner. Oh, and he's going to stop here and shoot. Okay, looking for a target. Found one straight away, an M103. He's just peeking around that corner at the moment, unsighted. And that's a splash hit, but it exploded quite some distance away from the M103. But the M103's gone down and he picked up a lot of damage assistance because he tracked that M103 in place. Okay, there's an object 705 there. He's indicating target. That lets his teammates know he's after that target next. Always very helpful, I think, to tell your teammates what you're after so that they can disable that target for you. You get an accurate shot on him. Almost loaded. Now we have to assume he's still there, but we, rather than assume, oh, that rock's in the way, we can't get a shot on that spotted position. But over on Temple Mount we've got an EBR-90. It's moving rather rapidly, but he's popping up to spot, stopping every now and then. And over there's a Marine 40 ton. Those columns tend to get in the way quite a lot. A lot of RT shells will hit those columns instead of actually on the target. And the 705 is now pushing the M103 wreck. So Major MTP is dialing in on the 705. And he's pulled back temporarily. And I think part of the reason for that is that Malshan. Enemy RT is firing at those spots. There's only one RT on the enemy team. It's also an M40, M43. Well, Major MTP is changing his position again. And I think he has good reason to do so because there is an enemy UDES. Yes, there it is. He's dialing in. Oh, it's moving too rapidly for us to get an accurate aim on him. And we don't want to fire something that then we later regret, but that was a direct hit. 404. Very useful that. He's had to pull back and he's now down. So that's two tanks that he's picked up all of the damage or stun assist from. Well, most of it anyway. And look up there, we've got two tank destroyers, a Scorpion G and an SU-101. The SU-101 is a tier, is that tier 7, tier 8? I think it's tier 8. Scorpion G is obviously tier 8, premium. Rounds out. Direct hit! I'm sure that was on the SU-101 because that's where he was located. Of course, tank destroyers very lightly armoured, so you'll do a lot more damage to them with an Arty shell than you would to a heavy or a medium tank. Right, looks like he's going to go for the 705 now to see if he can stun it. If he stays there, he'll take the round. Oh, pulling back just when we're loaded. It's a difficult shot there because it will probably explode on the rocks rather than on the tank. That's better. Rounds out. Direct hit. 319. The Martian goes up to take a shot. And we're going back to that hilltop. That 705 is determined to keep coming up back to that wreck. Indicating target. Rounds out. And another direct hit. And he's getting hit in the side now. That's going to help. He's stunned, so he can't really respond very well. His frontal armor is protecting him from the tanks right in front of him, but it's not protecting him from the side shots. Almost ready. Can't shoot at the moment. We're indicating to the TS5, don't go around there because we're aiming on that corner. They are pushing though. They're going to lose hit points, those tank destroyers up on the hill. We're trying to get one into that Wizzy 111 model 1G, is it? No, it's a Wizzy 111 1FT. Or as Jingles likes to call it, the fake tank. Oh, clear view of it now. And it's dead. And that's going to hinder that 65 ton. Because the wreck's in its natural route for backing away from that corner. Oh, and the 65 ton just took an absolute whacking. He's tracked. Rounds out. This should be damaging. It is. In fact, we didn't get the kill. Unfortunately, we did do some damage, but somebody else got the kill before us. It was an M46 pattern. So we just picked up some damage. Now we're looking back up on that hill again. Pretty sure the tank destroyers are there. Yep, there's the Scorpion G. There's an SU-130 PM, and of course we know that we saw an SU-101 up there. The Scorpion G, very lightly armoured. Panther hull. Oh! That was a splash for 426, and we picked up the stun assist. So Major M2P is actually doing quite well at the moment. 1.9k of damage, 1.1k of stun assist, and 0.9k of damage assist. That's by tracking the vehicles and then having them being destroyed afterwards. But we're not doing so well in the south, unfortunately. And we turned our vehicle, and yeah, unfortunately over there we've got a standard B who's potentially going to come up from the south near our cap. Now we've got an M46 pattern. He might be able to defend the cap and spot for us. Oh, an enemy UDES has been spotted at the back. Always nice because they have to stay in siege mode if they want to get accurate shots, so they stay still long enough for us to get the shell into them. Rounds out. Well, it was very near the spot where that UDES was, so I think that would have badly damaged it. And we found out where the SU-130 PM went. He's gone into the northeast corner and just been killed. There's only 4 enemies remaining. So the standard B coming up from the south. The EBR who's on Temple Mount. There he is, the standard B. Oh, and he just brutally killed our M46 pattern. Now, we're not going to get anyone to spot for us except the Scorpion G. And there's another player as well going with them. I think the Standard B would have moved from that position. Ah, it's a TS5, that's why. Okay, we've got somebody near the enemy cap now as well. Only 4 enemy remaining. The EBR-90 is still on Temple Mount, funnily enough. I would have thought he would have joined the Standard B. Oh, no, the reason he didn't is he just killed our Martian. And the Standard B was just wiped out there by the Scorpion G. Well, that went long. It was firing at a ridgeline. Okay, the enemy Arty's been located, and he tried a shotgun and failed. I'm not so sure that he actually tried a shotgun there. It almost seemed like he tried to commit suicide because he's stunned by his own shell. Maybe he fired the shell at our teammate and the shell went off against the rock instead. We can't see the M14. He's probably reloading at the moment. Up, there he is. Rounds out. Direct hit, wipes him out. And that's the first kill for Major MTP. But we did lose our STA. So now it's the TS5, the Scorpion G, and of course Major MTP against this EBR-90. Although I'd be very tempted to drive to the enemy cap area, the problem is the EBR-90 is quite a good fast scout. If we were to drive east at this moment along the airfield, we'd probably get spotted by the EBR if he did a scouting run. And I don't think we'd be able to defend ourselves unless he got close. And I don't think he would let us get close. Or he would even try to get close to us. I think he'd shoot at us from a distance. As you know, Arty has a worse view range than most of the wheeled light tanks. So it's a good thing that Major MTP is actually going to take it through the main channels, which will give him some protection. And of course, he's getting closer to the TS5 and the Scorpion G. And that's something that the EBR-90 is not going to want to do, because if he does get close to those tanks, they might take him out. Good, good. Using the gaps. That's it. Use the passes so it's less likely that you'll come across him. That's the 2-minute warning. They need to get into the cap. That will also force the EBR to come back to his cap to defend. All three are going to have to get into the cap quickly. They can't hang about. They need to get in quick. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to cap out in time. Remember, it's 1 minute 40 for one tank to cap out. We're past that already. For 2 tanks to cap out, it's half that time. Oh, and there was a reset there because the EBR, or was it the Scorpion, went out of the cap. He went after the EBR. Now he needs to get back in the cap. He can't sit outside the cap. You cannot win with just one in the cap. It's not possible. Come on, cap. And they're more interested in finding the EBR-90 than they are in capping. And the SDA-1 is calling them losers. And this is not going down well. They're doing it wrong. Only Major MTP is doing it right, and he's sitting in the cap. And he's taking up a defensive position just in case the EBR comes back. But I'm afraid the others have totally, well, they screwed the pooch. They've screwed it because they left the cap. They should have stayed in the cap and waited for the enemy to come to them. But now it's not possible for 2 to cap out alone. The Scorpion G has just left it way too late. I say way too late, but it's about 3 seconds late, and the TS5 is not going to make it to the cap in time. So this is going to end up a draw because those two dummies in the Scorpion G and the TS5 decided they wanted to go hunting instead. No kill, cap all. No cap, kill all. And it's cost them. That's it, the end of the game. Only Major MTP did the right thing, and they've cost us the game. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's an ace tanker for Major MTP in the M40, M43. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 16. A Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And also Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And he certainly did hit a lot of enemies who were taken out by other teammates. And his win rate for that game was 3,859. But it needn't have been a loss but for that Scorpion G and that TS5. They acted like complete dummies. Lumpy Dumpy Shooter and B Cortaris or Cortani, you really did lose this battle for your team. Spartan and Steel Wall for the TS5 and a Tank Sniper for the Canonian Jagdpanzer. But yep, you cost the battle. You cost the battle for the team. The highest damage was actually done by the UDES 03 on the enemy team. He did 4,154 hit points, but didn't pick up the high caliber for some reason. No, he didn't do team damage, so it probably wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool in total. We've got Major MTP next. He got 3,523. And then the EBR, who survived the battle, he got 3,114. When it came to kills, it was jointly held by the Canonian Jagdpanzer 105, the UDES 03, the EBR 90, and the M40 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, well, that was definitely Major MTP. He managed to get 764, which was enough for the ace tanker. 709 went to the STA-1, who was very displeased at that Scorpion G and TS5. And 598 went to the Canonian Jagdpanzer, but he was beaten by the Progetto 46 on the enemy team and their UDES and their EBR. So, let's have a look at detail. 11 shots fired, 6 direct hits, 1 penetration, splash damage on 10. Damage of 3,523 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. Now, which tank did he penetrate? I'm pretty sure it'd be one of the lighter ones. Yes, it is. It was the Arty. He got a direct hit there on that Arty, so it did penetrate the vehicle. Damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 1. So there was a difference of 9 there. I don't think anybody would have been able to get better than that. Really, not with this team. And damage assistance caused 940 hit points, and stun assistance 1,123 off 10 stuns. On the credits side, he earned 49,965, got 5,039 courageous resistance, that's for getting an epic medal in a losing or drawing team, and after repair and ammunition and consumables, he took away 14,434 credits. He picked up 6 bonds for getting the Gores and for getting the Confederate, and he also got 1,146 XP, 673 for courageous resistance, took away 1,819. So that was a bit of a disappointment there because Major MTP did exactly the right thing all the way through. He was playing extremely well, but he was let down in the end by his own teammates, the TS5 and the Scorpion G, who really did muck that game up for everyone by not going to the cap. That's the first rule you have. If you've got limited time left, go to the cap, sit in it, and make the enemy come to you rather than go hunting for them. And oh dear, what a game. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.